Now, small boats brought more than 2,000 migrants across the Channel into the United Kingdom over the last 4 days. In fact, 960 migrants arrived on British soil on Saturday alone. The High Court today will be considering a challenge against the government's plan to deport some of these migrants to Rwanda, a policy that both of the contestants to be the next leader of the Conservative Party have backed. So, will whoever wins, our new Prime Minister, be able to tackle this influx of migrants better than outgoing Boris Johnson and within the law? That's the key question. Here to give the latest is our Home and Security Editor, Mark White. Mark, first and foremost, we're looking, if people are kind enough to be watching us on telly rather than listening on radio, a not insignificant protest gathering outside the Royal Courts of Justice, now just about to be covered up by a big red bus, but when it clears, people will see. That's a goodly number there. Tell us what's the latest, what's going on, and what's going to be resolved within the court.
Well, the reason we're not in front of the camera for those who are watching on GBNews television is just that, sadly, every time any reporter goes in front of the camera at the moment with these particular protesters, they are instantly attracted to either round your camera position and shouting. So we're not doing that. In fact, here comes one anyway, because it clearly does. The second you see you even speaking, they're there. But there are protesters from the various charities, from the Public Services Union, those representing a group of asylum seekers, and some voices as well, as you can see, who want the situation in the Channel brought under control. Alistair, I have some breaking news for you on the latest figures. We can confirm now, according to the Ministry of Defence, that 1,160 people crossed the English Channel yesterday in 25 small boats, which is just incredible, and that is the second highest figure. I think we're talking about 1,200 odd who crossed on the 22nd of August. But that is an enormous figure from yesterday, and that's coupled with 960 who came across on Saturday, takes it to well over 2,000 for the weekend. So it shows you, Alistair, the urgency of this judicial review, getting it settled as far as the government is concerned, so they can start this process of sending people to Rwanda.
And Mark, is it specifically then the legality of the scheme generally that's being discussed and debated and resolved within the court, as opposed to the human rights, individual rights, call it what you will, of person A, B and C? This is a general test.
Yes, it is, absolutely, and we will see how this goes on over the next 5 days in terms of the evidence that will be put forward by those who are challenging it in the judicial review in terms of Rwanda's human rights record, and of course the British government, which claims that actually Rwanda is an inherently safe place to go. I don't think anyone realistically is claiming that Rwanda is the same as the UK in terms of the freedoms it offers, but is it inherently safe? Well, the British government say that it is, that there are opportunities for those that are allowed to settle in that particular country. But don't forget as well, Alistair, that part of the reason that the government want to send people to Rwanda is a deterrent policy. So it probably suits the British government that Rwanda isn't as free as it would be if you were staying here in the United Kingdom. But is it safe? Will people have opportunities? That's what's being argued over here at the Royal Courts of Justice over the next 5 days.